It is now time for the tutorial you have been waiting for. It is now time to animate your projects. The first thing I want you to do is go to the clip editor and then hit the play button in here. You'll see that there's a counter going up. This means that time has passed about 7 seconds within the clip. You'll also notice that inside the clip editor there is a line and that it's going from right to left. This means things that are in this shot from right to left are being done within this shot. Let's go back to the beginning. Now let's go hit the graph editor. For this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate the camera ability. Select camera. Go to Clammo 1. This is going to be a simple zoom in shot. Press the Alt key to zoom in. Press the Control key to scale up. What I want to do here is to pan the camera slowly to the forward. As the seconds count by, I'm going to use 3 seconds to use the camera to pan in slowly. Using the method that I provided before, I'm going to move this camera forward 3 seconds in. Now I want you to play the same clip again, only this time from the very beginning. You'll see that the camera pans in. You'll notice that the camera is now animated. This is helpful because in this, if you hit the work camera, you'll notice that there's something very peculiar about this little thing. If you play it, if you scroll through the window up above and this part right here, you'll notice that it follows a certain path. It's always straight and forward. Basically, in Source Filmmaker, this follows every single rule of every single bone of every single model. This is just a bone that controls the camera. If I were to wave with Brandon, all I have to do is find an arm, find his hand, or his upper arm, and then from a point 0, wave accordingly, like this. I'm going to have him smile a bit. So he's now going to be pointing to the camera, and he's going to be waving hello. Gonna lead him in a bit. We're gonna do the same thing with Twilight here. We're going to have her move her head in like this. And now once you play it within the work camera, that is, if you change from work camera to regular camera, you'll notice that now both of their heads are turning and one of them is waving. This is how you animate. You just use different poses to go between each pose. So, for example, if you want something particular, you just use the pose, go to the next frame where it might be changing, and then set the next pose, and so on, and so on, and so forth, until you're finished with the clip that you desire. Eventually, you'll learn how to lip sync, which will not be covered in this tutorial, but for the sake of it, will be covered in a future tutorial. Why don't you show me your work so far? Make a model that waves back at you, that lasts for about 3 seconds. It can be as fast, slow, or as wacky as you want it to be. However, practice is key. This ends the basic animation segment. For more advanced training, stick around.